Hello guys and welcome back to another video with myself, Warframe Leech. Today we are going to go over the simulator. Yes, the simulator, but the Syndicate simulator that you get in the Syndicate. I'm going to show you right now. Right over here. And we go over to Cephalon Suda. Her here. We go the whole way down. Right here. This is where you will get this weapon right here. Now, looking at this weapon, it is... yeah. It's not really the best, but holy. Let's jump into the game and to show you why this weapon has caught my eye and why I actually quite like it. Guys, I'll see you in the game. Okay, guys. We are here. We're in a Void Survival. We're in MOA. Guys, the reason why I use MOA because of its high density on enemies, and yeah, it's really good. I really like this map. So as you can see, we're using the simulator in our hand. Look at it, absolutely beautiful. Also, I also want to clarify that I am using Arcane Rage on the weapon as well. If it procs, it procs. I do not mind, but it gives it that extra oomph. It's not part of the build, so please do not come in the comments and literally say, there's Arcane Range. I see that you didn't include that, bro. If it was part of the build, I would have shown it. But it's not. It's there to give that extra oomph of bit of damage. And obviously, if you want to take this on Siren, or Mirage, or Chroma, or any other frame that actually gives it a weapon buff, yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage. Okay, so, let's starting by hitting Nourish. And hitting R2, because I'm Revenant. Yes, Brain Dead build that I'm using, aka Godframe himself. I will be linking that build below. Let's get in. Okay, so we have the Come At Me Bro, the Tomorrow Hound is going to spread as much status effect as possible, while the simulator is going to be doing a lot of damage as well. So one thing about this weapon, it has a certain range. So if I go to a certain range, it's not going to hit the target. Okay, so right there, I need to go really close to get the target or hit the target as we're on the move. So this weapon, pretty much, you want to be on the move. So this is what I'm looking for, and it's quite good. Come At Me Bro is applying so much statuses, and this is what I like. Now, if I was to go and put continuous spawn on the companion, I wouldn't be killing anything. You could technically use this as an actual stat, a status amplifier. This is what I mean by that. Meaning, you apply the status effect, and your companion does all of the killing. That's what I mean. So as well, in Simulator, I am using its augment, and I will obviously go over that augment once we get into the showcase of the build. And yeah, the augment is very freaking good. This weapon caught my eye because of the augment, and yeah, really good, and I'm really enjoying it. But yes, as you can see, we are doing a lot more white, like base damage, and the odd yellow. There is a crit build that I will be showing as well, but it obviously takes off a certain part of a status. So I'm using Corrosive right now with the weapon, and I have Nourish on the build. So if you are a Nourish user, this weapon would be absolutely fantastic on it. We're going to be worrying about applying heat and electricity. We are applying a lot of electricity status because of the explosion on the weapon. It is its unique trait. Corrosive is pretty much adding and amplifying the damage, especially if it's against armored targets. Magnetic comes with the weapon, meaning that we're going to be doing a lot of damage to shields, and electricity amplifies the DOT tech and does a bit of damage to shields as well. So magnetic is pretty much what you want on the weapon, and this weapon has it all. It's a very freaking good weapon, and I really enjoy it, and it's caught my eye. So this is a showcase of it. Let's get back into the arsenal and go over the build. Let's kill this. There we go. Get it all killed off. Guys, I'll see you in the back room. Yes, guys, we're back, and we are in the back room, and we're in the arsenal, and we are using the Braid the braid dead build, Revenant of Nourish, and 313's Drive. Yeah, I will just leave that build at the bottom. It's just so brain dead. Put whatever weapon you want on him, have arcane range on him, do a lot of headshots, you get a lot of damage. Crazy. He survives, and he does a lot of damage on top of that. Now, let's get into the Syndicate Simulator. Yes, this is the Syndicate Simulator. I am really surprised with this weapon and the reason why I've done this. Now, I've got two builds for you. One is the crit, the yellow crits, and the other one is the pretty much status side. Now, remember, status damage and your raw damage are two different types of damage. I can do 0 damage and physically still do damage with the status. So this is where the damage is coming from in the first build, and then the second build is where if I do that extra bit of oomph, that damage, the DOTs are going to be hitting a lot harder. But I went for the pretty much the stacking side of things, and that's where the Come At Me Bro helps out as well with this weapon. Now, let's get into the build. We have Configuration A and Configuration B. But first, let's go over its augment. The augment right here, I will obviously show in the screen up here somewhere. I'll blur everything out. And you will see it in a bigger aspect. But as you can see, the orbs that strike targets will explode immediately. 90% bonus damage and a 18% chance to drag, literally pull people in from, just pull them in, the more pull more targets in. So this continuously can keep pulling people in. The orbs will not bounce or combined, so you can have multiple pulls in any shape or form anywhere. Doesn't matter where it is. Now, the weapon also needs to have a mandatory Axilis mod, and that is this, projectile speed. Because the weapon suffers from like the travel distance, it's like a projectile, and it actually falls off. But this projectile speed helps it a lot. Now, if there was a prime version of this, use it. Really use it. But honestly, it's mandatory. You need this. But this weapon is insanely fun, and I really like it. Now, we are using the DOTs right here. Augment, mandatory, put it on it. Galvanized chamber for the multi-shot. And yes, multi-shot does affect this as well. So the more we have going out, the more that this is going to proc with the 18% chance to pull people in. Rifle analyst with the DOTs. That is the electricity and the heat. As you can see, we are using heat, magnetic, and corrosive. This corrosive is here for the DOTs, meaning that we will do more damage whenever we strip armor. Magnetic is going to do extra damage to shields and overguard, meaning more damage. And as well, whenever we take off an overguard with an overguard Axilis unit, this will proc another electricity status effect on top of that as well. But where am I getting all this electricity damage from? And its unique trait. Its unique trait literally pulls in a vortex with, while you're not using the augment, this will literally create a vortex where it pulls items and deals enemies before exploding for 20 seconds later. That part is completely and utterly useless because the augment does not combine any of the orbs. So that part is useless, and that augment literally says that. You get a 90% damage increase, bonus damage. Whenever it explodes, the shots fired through the vortex gain electricity damage, critical chance, and crit damage. Pretty good. So whenever we're shooting through the vortex, we'll get the crit chance and the crit damage. That's pretty nice. Now, this is where the configuration B comes into play with the new weapon. Well, not the new weapon, its unique trait. It's definitely not a new weapon, it's been out for a while. And you will gain an infinity of the Cephalon Soda meter and triggers 25 meters explosion, restoring 25% of your energy, and incoming while increasing your max energy by 25% as well. This is a big freaking boon, because you're going to be proccing this all the time, is because it explodes. So alternate fire detonates all the orbs. The orbs explode, period. So this is constantly ticking up. And then for 30 seconds, you will get a energy increase and an energy back. And once 30 seconds are up, you do it all over again. So this is constantly going to be staying up. Pretty good. Now, the rifle element, as I said, is for the electricity and the heat. I've shown where you got the electricity and heat is modded on the weapon. We are using the galvanized aptitude, obviously as a projectile weapon. In my testing, I have seen it. This has been additive. If this is multiplicative, it's even better. It's more damage. Now, please let me know in the comments if I am right and this being additive or this is multiplicative, because for what I've seen, it's only additive, and I do hope that I'm wrong. So please let me know if this is multiplicative. Again, if it is even more damage on top of that. Now we're going to the statuses that is going to be modded onto the weapon, and that is high voltage and toxin. So electricity and toxin, and then we have hellfire for the heat. So as you can see, electricity and toxin create corrosive, and hellfire obviously being heat on its own. We want heat to be the most. We can't because there's no prime version of it, unfortunately. And we have a bane. Yes, a bane is going to double dip in all of your DOTs. Electricity and heat being one of them. Now, people don't like using banes. That's perfectly fine. I put my hands up. I was one of them. But when I actually got a taste of the banes and the DOT builds, I love DOT builds, and oh my word, I cannot play without a bane being on the build with DOT. It's disgusting. DOT stands for damage over time. If you did not know, banes literally double dip on that, and you do extra damage to that faction. It is insane. I absolutely love it. Now, the arcane is going to be primary merciless because the weapon has 0 reload speed. Like, I have 0 reload speed on this weapon, and we're not going to be headshotting in the majority of the time. So as I said in the showcase, if I did proc arcane range, even better. It's just even better for us. You can aim for the head if you want. You can, obviously, we're not going to be headshotting. We want to do and pull everyone in and get all that electric damage of the DOTs taken away. That's what we're looking for. Now, onto configuration B, and the only thing that's changed is we do not have corrosive. Obviously, we're going to be needing to put on the Axis mod. Make sure this Axis mod goes on. It does go in. Unfortunately, I have a Riven. Yes, we're using the Simulator Riven. Crit damage, crit chance, and a fire rate mod. Yes. I know. I don't know what I'm thinking because it doesn't need fire rate. But here, it is what it is. It's here. I'm obviously not throwing this away because if this was a minus, damn, that's a really good Riven. But the main thing we want is crit chance and crit damage. And any other status. Mainly, I was hoping to get heat with this so I can replace thermal rounds. But unfortunately, I never got it. So we're going to be sticking with the fire rate. So this is going to be a fire rate mod. And this is what I'm hoping for. So we got a Riven, and we are now going into the crit. So we have taken out corrosive, and that's the only thing that we're missing in the build. That's it. And same, primary merciless yet again. So we have the augment. We went for the bane, crit damage, crit chance, fire rate, crit damage, and galvanized aptitude, galvanized chamber, critical delay, fail sense, thermal rounds, and a bane. Perfect. That is the build, guys. That is literally the build, and it does shred. But yes, guys, this is going to be the build and the showcase for the simulator, the Syndicate simulator to be precise. I really do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you do want to keep up to date on when I do go live, want to join the community and come and join the clan, by all means come and join the Discord. We do a lot of talking in there, especially when it comes to the Warframe content. And if you do want to keep up to date and when the arbitrations are going live as well, I do have that bot in there as well to show you what the rate of it is, the tier, where it is on the dock sector, and whenever the resource boosters drop as well. I love it. It's insane, and that's the way I like it. And if you want to see all this stuff being done live, come and drop by the Twitch and the TikTok. Guys, I'll see you on another one. Peace.